Hey you guys, the reason why I'm doing this video is to talk about the testing of faith. It says it works patience and gives you patience. Well, I can personally tell you that I came across some information and I'm just trying to like share and divulge a lot of the different things that we are going through as far as when we're being tested. Say that it's just testing your faith. Know that God does not test you. Remember, I always told you guys that God will never ever test you. It's more the devil trying to test you. The people um possessed by demonic things that they have done, trying to test you and wants to pretty much claim righteousness from you because of the fact that they aren't living a righteous life. So know that these are actual facts of the situation. Um, what I tell people this, I mean, either you're going to marry to God or you're going to marry to Satan during these times of testing. A lot of times they'll try to get you to be discouraged by God. Certain things will discourage you during those times. I can give you a perfect example. You will read the Bible and you would you will see it switch with satanic meetings or satanic things like you will rule over sin. Sin will not rule over you. If you're sinning, sin will rule over you. You will go into a dumbfounded state and it will rule over you. They don't care. It's the same thing. Um, if you're trying to do the right thing, sometimes these people seek out just maybe one sin and try to throw you and cast you into a dumbfounded state for one sin. And, you know, and they try to say, oh, well, one sin is no better than many and all this different stuff. But truth be told, the people that are trying to cast judgment on you have no right to cast judgment on you at all. You are a child of God and you have been through so much dealing with this veil and Satan and everything and the comatose state. So it is ridiculous to even charge a person as far as sin because they know not what they do. Seriously, you will come to find that it's more of a true state. They know nothing that they do. They may not even be very much aware of anything that is happening and taking place. They are actually sometimes being puppeteered because sin rules over them. And it may be a small sin, it may be multiple sins. I'm not sure, but a lot of times that's what sin wants to do. It wants to rule over you, it wants to take claim, possession, and authority. But how you get rid of this is by doing the will of God, by sin, they're staying in the word of God, by listening to the preachers, the ministers, and stuff like that. Try to guide you through these times the best that they can, because even them, they're going through so much. And they're trying to get the information out with also going under mental attack, neural attack, um, so many different attacks taking place on them, and they're still trying to minister to you, trying to get the information out the best that they possibly can under the situations that they're going through. um Possession is a major thing, because now you have Satan trying to possess you, which is you sitting there comatose. And then you have God saying, no, this person needs possession over their own life. No, one thing you can tell Satan from God, because Satan is always trying to have a possession. God is trying to free you from the possession. God is trying to free you from the arrest. Satan is always trying to arrest, trying to have control, trying to stay in a certain situation. And God is saying, no, I free this person from bondage. I free this person from this. I free this person from that. And the only way that we can actually rule over sin is to actually hold dear to the word of God. Religion is key. And in these religions are multiple keys to freedom. But you have to be willing to actually seek them out and be willing to live a righteous life. Um, you're not gonna probably be perfect in it. Trust me. I'm nowhere near it. So you can guarantee you're not gonna be perfect in it, but at the same time, it will help you. It will help you on your journey. It will help you on your way. And maybe someday you will be perfect in it. Who knows? Because it's hard. It's hard to just be a pure walk of God, or just being the perfect vessel. It's very hard, especially with all the things that we are faced with from day to day. So I have to encourage you when you're going through these temptations or you're going through the trying of your faith and the testing of your faith. It's them saying, okay, well, we want you, and we don't want God to have you. We want possession. We don't want God to have possession of you. We want control. We don't want God having control of you. And trust me, the same way God said to Ezekiel, will these bones be made whole? That testing of your faith comes. Will you be brought back to life or will you die? Will you sit there? And truth be told, you won't die. Will you sit there and be Satan? Will you sit there and allow the devil to reign and have control over you and become the possession of Satan? You have to fight for God's will for your life. You have to fight for God's purpose for your life, because I'm telling you now, they don't want us to be blessed. They don't want us to be anointed. They don't want God to be working and moving and doing everything that He's doing and trying to guide you on your way. They want you to sit up there and be possessed by Satan, have all these different stumbling blocks. Trust me, if you're sitting up there and you're watching some of the faith-based movies that are on TV, a lot of them are questionable, very questionable. So you can't really follow that because you will fall into sin. The first questions you have to ask about some of this stuff that we're even watching on TV that's supposed to be calling itself trying to guide us and give us wisdom or whatever, you got to ask, where is it coming from? Is it coming from a good place or a bad place? Because what I'm starting to notice, even with some of these faith movies, children movies, and all this different stuff, there's stuff in it that now I have to sit up there and I have to go back to the Word of God and say, hey, how is this matching up with the Word of God? What is it really teaching? Is it really teaching the purpose or the will of God, or is it teaching something else subliminally or secretly teaching something else to us, and we're not aware of it? It's sometimes I watch these movies and the movies have multiple sins in them. And a lot of times people aren't even awakened to it. It has multiple sins, but this is what we're presented to our children as a godly movie. Or it's okay for them to watch with all these multiple sins. And we have to remember, our kids have to go through their vows. They have to go through temptation and the testing of the faith. And when they go through it, if they're not perfect, I don't care what age they are, if they're 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, they don't care. So we have to constantly keep our kids before God. We have to constantly keep them in church. We have to constantly keep them in the will of God, or they will lose their way because these people don't care anymore. Anyway, I hope that my words have encouraged you. I hope that you know that you're going to have to stand strong in the faith and you're going to have to be a true believer in God. I hope you know that a lot of stuff that's out there, it even with them saying that it's of God, it isn't of God. It's of some other stuff trying to take possession, trying to take hold, trying to take control. Be wise in all your dealings. Be wise in all that you do. Remember, faith without work is dead. So you're going to have to do something, make something happen. Don't let these people convince you that pretty much you don't have to do anything. It's just going to come to you and you're going to be blessed and all this stuff. Listen to me, you will be far more best if you start to get to work. May God bless you in your journey. Hopefully, you conquer the veil. See you on the other side.